It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's conversation.
Absolutely. What's up, Mikey? Yeah.
What's up, bro?
What's up, Dustin?
Hey, how's it going?
Quig. What does it mean? How Quig? And by the way, all the links are on this. They got a great event coming up, okay? All the links are in. There's a video feed. Click that link. Check it all out. We'll get into details in just a moment. But the project itself.
Go ahead with that one.
Quigg. It's named after my best friend, Cody Quigg.
Mm-hmm.
Killed himself October 18th, 6 years ago. Going on 6 years.
Right.
So we got 2 more days. I was trying to bring some liquor in here so we can do a shot.
Yeah.
You know,
we drank all the other liquor you brought in here.
did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I like it when you come on the studio.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
It's a lush.
But you know, the fight against PTSD, and it is a battle. It is a war.
Yeah, without a doubt. So, like, me and Mikey's just been working together officially for about a year now. Mikey's been doing this for about 5 years, and I started Sheepdog Initiative in 2017, and we started working together. And I said, "Hey, man, how about you just join the team officially and become one of our programs?" And that's what we did. And from that day forward, we've just been hitting it and trying to get the word out that this is a real thing. It's more than an acronym, and me and Mikey we both suffer with it on a daily. So we know we're not just one of those guys that are saying, "Hey, this is a real thing." Like we know it. We know it's real. We live with it.
Dustin, what's some of the situations that you've been in that maybe you could describe as a PTSD moment? And
In 2004, I essentially watched my best friend burn to death in Ramadi. My last memory of him was when they were loading him onto a medevac, and the last thing I saw was his foot, and it was black. He suffered 90% burns over his entire body. And my other friends one lost his leg, one took some shrapnel through their shoulder, and to this day,
was it RPG? Was it EP?
So we had an IED go off. And it took out 2 of our trucks, and I ended up getting left there, kind of in the middle of the street, in a crossfire. And I can joke about it now. It works out because my friends always not, unless the guy with the shrapnel's around, Hindu's around, or Chris is around with his one leg. All the other guys, I always get free drinks because they ended up leaving me there. But yeah, we got hit with 155 rounds, daisy chains. There were 6 of them, I believe, and I was just 19 years old when that happened, and while all my other friends were off at college and worrying about where they're going to go for spring break or what they're how they're going to pass their midterms, that's what what I was doing, and that's what a lot of 18, 19-year-old kids have been doing since how long in our nation's history. So I'm thankful that PTSD has become a thing now to where people are actually having a conversation about it. You talk to a lot of the Vietnam vets, Korea vets, and
Do you remember when it was considered, if we had a PTSD, a flaw?
A flaw, right?
Right.
And it's funny you say that. Especially with the way the VA system works today, it's still I don't think we're completely over that right now. When I got out of the military, I was told that I just had something other than PTSD. I'm pretty sure that's the terminology they used, was other.
What do you mean other?
That I wish I wish.
The VA wrote that?
Yeah, it
When
was.
that? Give me a name.
It was. It got fixed pretty quick.
Right,
I did my claim, and I was in the gold building for about 5 minutes, and the guy's like, "Hey, I'm going to take care of this for you." But like you said, we were considered to have a flaw. You didn't talk about it. You were considered weak and stuff, or and it's not so much that other people considered you weak.
And how about the pills? Do you know what I mean? Here, take these pills.
I take 25 every day.
I know.
Right.
I know
25
exactly.
pills every
25 pills, Mikey?
25.
Yeah.
I take 13 myself. Yeah, and so I'm lucky in my situation. I don't do narcotics. I don't they don't prescribe me narcotics and stuff. I got a lot of other stuff going on, but in regards to PTSD, people just it took me 15 years to realize I had a problem. And my breaking point well, it wasn't really my breaking point. The time I decided to get help, it was my son's senior year of high school, and typical teenager. We of course we didn't have the greatest relationship anyways because he's a teenager and he knows everything. But
dated a girl like that.
it was something stupid. Like he couldn't find his. He was in JROTC. He couldn't find his beret.
Right.
And he had some kind of ceremony and.
Nothing big.
Yeah. I had him up against the wall screaming. I mean, just screaming in his face. And luckily my wife had just walked in and, de-escalated the situation. And that's when that was like my point where I was like, okay, enough's enough. This is where I'm going to get help. And you know what? I went and talked to somebody. And sometimes that's all you need is to go talk to somebody who's not going to sit there and say, oh, no, I get it. Oh, no, I understand. Oh, no, it'll be okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need somebody to listen, and that's what we're just trying to do. With our program, with the Quig Calendar Project, right now we're focusing on getting guys with PTSD and TBI service dogs or service dog training.
Hence the sheepdog initiative.
Yeah. Well, the sheepdog is something kind of completely different, but I mean it all falls into the same respect. People don't understand. Some people just don't want to talk to people, and they don't want to be around people. Those animals are our best friends. I have a Rottweiler, and if you ask my wife that I love that dog more than she did than I do her. If you ask her,
Is that true? Or?
Disclaimer: that is not true at all.
Nicole's watching too.
But I could never have her certified as a service dog just because to me she's a pet. She'll always be a pet.
Can you have a Rottie as a service dog?
Yeah,
you can have any dog, right?
You can have any dog.
Not the Chihuahuas, though. I mean,
hey, whatever makes you comfortable.
Those dogs look like they have PTSD.
Personally, I don't feel comfortable. Like that's not going to provide me any comfort. Cuddling a dog in a purse. If I can fit the dog in the purse, that doesn't give me any comfort.
Well, why are you walking around with a purse? Maybe we should be talking about other things.
Technically, you can't ask me these questions in this day and age.
2020, bro. 2020.
But yeah, so and what kind of drew me and Mikey together was it was your last event when when you did the.
I had an event at the Bent Wrench about 2.5 years ago. It was a really good, the best event I've ever had. We raised like $12,000
for PTSD fighting
on the boondocks of Fredonia, Tennessee.
Yeah.
And where does that money go towards?
Service dog training.
And it's not cheap either.
No.
So what people don't understand is, it's veterans that apply for service dogs, only about 1% will actually get the funding for that. A service dog goes between $10,000-$15,000 for the dog and all the training.
$2,250 per round of training, 3 rounds of training.
Wow, that's crazy.
We pay like our thing right now is we can't. Obviously, we're a small grassroots organization, nonprofit.
Well, you guys are growing pretty fast here.
Oh yeah,
We're trying.
We're trying. We don't care as long as if we make $25, we're still made $25 for a veteran. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
There's an amount how big we want to get. We don't want to be corporate and all that stuff.
The biggest deal is keeping it about the veterans and the people that need help. If we can help one veteran, we did our job for the day.
Do you guys have a story of an example where you guys were directly able to help?
Yeah.
I mean, we have 4, 5,
like
6.
What's one story that stands out? I should ask.
Okay. During my wedding, we have his name is Donnie Jernigan. He was a chaplain. You think in the Army, you're like chaplain. What PTSD he's got? Well, how many letters have you ever written to
families of
how many soldiers have you put in the ground?
Right.
I mean, I have a few that I could say, but he has.
Right.
Who knows how many?
Like
that
we
takes
had
a toll on.
We had 66 from our unit in Operation OEF at 10-11. Okay.
Yeah.
And the chaplain was there at each one for each battlefield eulogy and the whole bit. And you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get the chaplain. What type of a dog? How did that work out?
Well, he already had a German Shepherd
named Valor.
Dope dog. This dog is cool.
A dope dog. I love it.
Dog is dope. So
the dog's not on dope. He's just a cool dog.
He's been clean for a while.
They got those edibles, Right.
So Karen DeWitt, she owns Canine Companions. She's our dog trainer. gave me a call and said, hey, I have a meeting with this guy. You know, we're trying to get him sponsored. So that's my job. I go around try to find these businesses to sponsor these soldiers. Well, we had a meeting like 2 months ago, and I was like, well, why don't we just gift him all 3 rounds of training? That's 22. That's $7,000.
That's
$7,000. $7,000. So what he did, he married us and all that. I wanted to play, like when she's walking down the aisle, I wanted him to play Highway to Hell. But
in like symphony, right?
He's a very religious man, and I don't want to take, it's not a joke to him, and it's not a joke to me. It's just everything's a joke to me. What am I talking about? But anyway,
luckily they ended up using Danzig's Mother for the
Mother. After he married us and everything, we gifted him all 3 rounds of training.
Wow. Yeah. That's a good deal. And so you guys can also take people who already have pets and get them the training needed to become official service dogs. I love it.
So what we try to do is we let the professionals do their job. A canine companions, if they recommend somebody to us that they vetted and they said, hey, this veteran, they deserve it and they need it, then we do what we can to raise the money and get them either. We bought dogs as well. We bought 4 dogs.
Yeah, we had one flown from California. Yeah. We get top of the line breeds because you don't want a vet to fall in love with this dog and has hip dysplasia. When you put so much money into a dog, it falls on the breeder.
Yeah,
right.
And then they have to fix the problem.
Got it.
So we don't like to go when we buy a dog. We don't like to buy a Humane Society dog because they have their own kind of PTSD. You don't know what that dog went through. That dog they have a mind just like we do. It fell in love with the family. It don't know why that family got rid of the dog.
Yeah.
Right. I have a service dog in training. It's in her last round of training. Very smart dog, very good dog. But I dropped her off over at Canine Companions. I had to go pick her up. I had to go pick her up because, she had
abandonment.
Yeah, like, hey, dude, where's my dad at?
Yeah,
it's 7. I gotta go poop, dude.
Yeah,
and we have our own little thing. So I had to go pick her up. So, yeah.
Yeah, and people kind of get the idea of between a service dog and a companion animal or a therapy animal, confused.
There is a difference.
There's a huge difference. So these service dogs, they're trained to recognize certain neurological disorders when it comes to PTSD. So they're trained to know your triggers. When you're about to have an anxiety attack, when you're having a nightmare, they're trained to wake you up. They're trained to perform a certain act.
Yeah. With nightmares, they can help you.
Oh yeah.
Really.
And then they're trained
mine's trained to pee on me when I'm sleeping. I'm about to have a nightmare.
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah, so these dogs are trained to do very, very specific tasks. And emotional support dogs and therapy dogs and comfort animals, they are great. I would consider it's Mikey hates my dog because he's literally the only person that she doesn't like.
Oh,
but
Mikey.
But Caesar Milan and this dog hates me.
But like for me, my dog provides emotional support. She knows when I'm having a bad day, she'll come cuddle up to me, and I'm not gonna get all girly.
Dustin, if you had your service dog, okay, say the time when the kid was missing the beret and you got triggered. You think the dog would have been able to spot that and prevent it from happening?
I've seen some of these dogs work, and absolutely, these trainers are some of the best in the world. And when it comes to these neurological disorders, like I said, it's not just the dog that's going through training. They're training you with the dog. That's why they get the dog from the time it's a puppy. You bond with the dog, and you go through the training with the animal.
Right.
So they learn your individual triggers. Even my dog now, like if I just play around with my daughter or my wife and we're slapping each other or she's really trying to punch me in the face, like my dog will actually just come between us and stand between us, and these dogs are trained to go beyond that and do that. So if you're ever walking around a Walmart or something and you see a dog sitting in a man's lap or a young lady's lap, chances are that's his or her service dog, and she's having an anxiety attack, and that's what they're trained to do. Whether it's lick your face, paw you.
I gotta touch base on that, and I'm not gonna say the place because I love the place, But if you see a service dog out there, hey, cute puppy, don't touch it.
Yeah,
Don't
leave
touch
I
it
it.
just
alone,
got
right?
into her
Yeah.
4-point contact.
Yeah.
She just walks up to my dog, starts touching it.
What about the kids? The kids love dogs.
They do.
See, and that's one thing that Karen and our trainers told me. It's like, they're kids. You can't. And they're dog. At the end of the day,
Her name's
those
Karen?
are dogs.
It
Her name's
sucks.
Karen.
to
She's
be-
not a Karen though. She's
No.
actually the
It's-
BG's, man. She's cool as a fan.
I feel so bad for anyone named Karen.
One of my ticks is I rub my face a lot when I'm real nervous.
Yeah.
Anxiety. I rub my face a lot, or I cough.
Uh-huh.
Say,
Did you hear me just cough?
yeah. She'll get out on my lap.
Yeah.
Get in my face and just, hey, dude, chill.
Yeah, chill.
Yeah.
And
And,
it
my
works.
mind's completely off. My dog turns a light on.
Right.
Really?
A freaking light.
Unreal.
I had no idea that they could help, like, with, like, how would they know if you're about to have a nightmare? Like, how does that work?
They learn your triggers.
I'm not a doctor.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm
it's
not a doctor, remember?
Not a
Neither are
doctor.
you. Remember?
You know,
That's amazing.
It might
to
not
me.
be as if, right before you're about to have a nightmare, but they know when you're having a nightmare.
They can sense
They
it.
can sense it, and
yeah.
they'll wake you up.
That's really amazing.
And that's the kind of animals that we're trying to place with these veterans, these guys that are having issues, and girls in many cases nowadays. So these aren't just regular dogs, and a lot of people have contacted us and be like, hey, I work at this rescue center, I work at this humane society, and we have to tell them, like, we understand, and if we ever get, we've even had the conversation, if we ever get into the companion animal therapy animal type deal, then that's one of the first place we'll look at, because those animals need a home as well.
Yep.
And by all means, but for specific neurological disorders, PTSD, TBI, these dogs need to be bonded from the time they're a puppy,
Right.
with the individuals.
And it's not cheap, and you guys got a fundraising event coming up October 24th. All
we
right,
do.
it's over at the Fort Campbell American Legion post 233.
Yep.
That's the one on Fort Campbell Boulevard.
Yep. Across
Right.
from Oak Grove Walmart.
Right, and you guys are starting at 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Well, I'm sure it's going to go later. You guys,
That's just the formal.
yeah.
event.
That's the calm before the storm.
It starts at 6. Doors open at 6. Get there, okay? And I mean it's a fundraising event. And what do you got in your hands there, Mikey?
I have
Yeah,
tickets. I have tickets.
Ah, some
I have
tickets.
They're
We-
$20 a piece.
$20
You
a
can
ticket.
order them online.
Uh-huh.
You can order them online. We also have catering, and we're not gonna go big with food. It's gonna be finger foods. But when I say it's finger foods, I'm talking like salmon.
Can't even pronounce
What?
the menu.
It's a gourmet. Yeah, I got the chef Josh from Post. Like he
Absolutely.
feeds the CGs and all that. He's with the Wingman.
Absolutely.
They're gonna. It's gonna be ridiculous, dude.
That's
it's
what's
gonna
up.
be ridiculous.
That's
I'm stoked. Can I throw a little plug?
Yeah, of
out there?
course. Yeah. Throw
I
a
know
little
you're
plug.
trying to wrap up.
I
Real
dated
quick.
a girl that threw a little plug once. I said, get that out of here. What? All right.
I don't get it.
Good.
I don't get it. I don't know what it means.
We'd like the Sheepdog Initiative's Quig Encounter Project. We'd like to thank our sponsors for this event. The Wingman Motorcycle Club, My Family Home Furnishings, amazing people, donated $10,000 this year to
Damn.
us. Gladiator Brewing Company,
Yeah, absolutely
I don't know
right.
if you've ever had their beer. It is wicked good. They just moved on Tiny Town.
Okay.
The American Legion 61 out in
Central City.
Central City.
Yeah. American Legion 233. They're sponsoring Steers Nutrition and the U.S.
U.S. Army Drill Team Association.
U.S. Army Drill Team Association and Hell or High Water Tattoo.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Good for you guys.
Awesome.
Good for you guys.
Good
An
event.
event, and I'm going to stop on by the event too.
Yeah,
Good.
please.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and like I said, it's like we're gonna have a display of a bunch of veterans through some photos at us, and it's all about putting names and faces with the acronym, and it's just people how they cope, what they do for fun, and out in the community. So it'll be a good time.
The links to the event is in this live video feed and audio feed. So definitely check out the site, the whole bit. Give them a like and follow them along. You got the Sheepdog Initiative, and yeah, not for nothing. I'm hungry now. Good, good. You guys rock. Thank you.
Thank you.
And that place you sent, the Chemo's.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
the Hawaiian Bar and Grill.
Oh my, bro.
Yeah, they want a gift card to Chemo's,
We
right?
paid for it.
Oh,
We didn't have a gift card.
yeah.
And it was,
Don't worry, you won it.
It was very good.
Okay,
They're
good.
good.
I took pictures of it and posted it on Facebook.
That's what. Oh.
I was that chick going.
Oh. What's up, Karen?
It's the Joe Padula Show.
Bada bing.
Clarksville's conversation.